It's the last event of the year. We've got off-track action, live action arena, parachute displays, fire burnouts. It's Flame and Thunder. So here we are then, live action arena opening the show, and it's Rodrigo, the human cannibal. Yes, we're going to fire him out of this cannon. And it's so windy today, he's had to tie his landing net down to concrete blocks.
Arena, help me count down, everybody! Here we go! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1! Here we go!
He's airborne. Oh, he was a bit short. Oh, but beautifully landed at the end of the day there. Oh, what an entertainer. Nice one, Rodrigo. Well, the highlight of the event must surely be the Top Fuel Dragsters, driven by Chris Andrews and Barry Sheevels. Barry, don't forget, was the first European driver to top 300 miles an hour, but that was a long time ago now.
It's exactly 5 years to the day since I actually sat in a Top Fuel car. Apart from sitting in this one, obviously to get sized up and one thing and another. A year ago, I was offered the chance of another ride in a Top Fuel car, so I went off and got myself fit and got myself licensed up and everything else. But unfortunately, at the last minute, that all fell through. And I've always been in touch with Runa, and we've stayed friends all the way through the last 10 and 11 years. So when the opportunity arose for a driver for this meeting, he asked me, which was very nice of him. Sensibly, I would have to go for a half pass first, and then hopefully, if the weather picked up, we could probably try and do a full pass. But you know, I mean, I'm just glad to be back in the car, and whatever the weather brings, you know, we'll just try our best.
Well, you can bet that all the fans are hoping just as much as Barry that the track dries up in time to see him take another trip down the fabulous Santa Pod Raceway. Back in the live action arena though, always a crowd favourite, yep, it's Terry Grant, and he's doing his bit to entertain the fans. And for 2013, we've also got Team Maximum Lock from Malta making a much welcome return to Santa Pod. Well, you name it, they do it. 3 cars taking part in the show here. Sometimes they all go around together, and other times they get out of the car, wave to the fans. Yeah, precision driving. Even having the smoke canisters out the back as well. Oh, that was a bit close. Yeah, why not, guys? Milk the applause. It's certainly worth it.
We're doing this now for 3 years. It started back in 2009, so it's 3.5 years actually. Actually, it was an idea of the 5 of us 3 drivers and our 2 managers. We wanted to do something different, not just a drift show. We wanted to do a drift, stunt and synchronized driving. We bought our first car and started doing some training with it. Then obviously we bought another 2 cars, similar cars, Nissan Skyline GTR, and we started doing the shows.
Sometimes it's sunny, sometimes it's raining, so you expect everything at Santa Pod. But obviously when you see all that crowd enjoying your show, it's our satisfaction.
We're always thinking of new things to do and to show the crowd, obviously. We like to keep it always tense.
So as Team Maximum Lock take a bow, it's time to move over to the drag strip, where we've got a stellar lineup of cars waiting to put in demo runs. We've got cars from virtually every class of racing that you'll see here at Santa Pod over the season. Front-wheel drive cars taking to the quarter mile here. And trust me, folks, those are very... 10:29? That is incredibly rapid. So don't forget, folks, these cars are just putting exhibition passes in. You need to be running in the 9s, some of them even into the 8-second bracket to be ultra competitive in this class. And the first time you'll see these will be at the Festival of Power in the front-wheel drive drag series. Now here's something a little bit special. Rear-wheel drive burnout, but trick gearbox in this machine. Because we've got a 4-wheel drive for the run. Taking on Amy Bradley here with her little Civic. I must admit, I was on the start line for this car and I was totally blown away. Look at this machine go. Goodness me, 745, 186 miles an hour. Wow. Andrei Kravchenko from the Ukraine, what a start, and just hundredths away from the 4-wheel drive world record. Well, we weren't expecting that at all. And this is his teammate in the white Nissan. He's on his own mission this weekend. Let's see what he can lay down for us. Oh, another extremely rapid car. Oh, this looks like might be breaking into the 8s here. Oh, he's done it! 896! Boy, oh boy, these Ukrainians are absolutely on a mission. And how about this then? Matt Wright with the Rolls Royce. Yeah, it's street legal. Twin turbos. Damning stuff. Well, this is what everybody's come to see then. Top Fuel Dragsters. And this is Chris Andrews, winner last time out at the FIA European Finals. But this, folks, I'm sure is just a checkout pass. Don't forget, 20 degrees colder than it was a couple of months ago. Still goes through the same process though. Burnout, bring the car back to the line. These cars, upwards of 8,000 horsepower. You don't treat these things with respect, they'll turn around and bite you. Oh wow, you can really appreciate the power of these things as they leave the line. Oh, the butterflies must be building for Barry. It's his turn next.
In your normal life, you would never ever experience what a Top Fuel driver experiences in 3 or 4 seconds. You know, the G-forces when you hit the throttle are around 5G. Pull the chutes and then you go from a plus 1G into a negative 5G. So it can hurt. They don't want to go straight because they're a V8 and they're 8,000 horsepower and they're trying to twist like a corkscrew. So it will never go straight. So you're clinging on almost on opposite lock all the time.
Well, as Barry said earlier, it's 5 years worth of cobwebs to blow out the system here. Now he's under strict instructions just to do a launch. Oh, that's certainly woken him up. That's given him the taste. Now let's see what he can manage next time out. And sticking to the nitro theme, this is Dave Wilson and his A-Fuel Dragster. Just one step down from Top Fuel with no supercharger, but just as entertaining to drive. Nice one, Dave. 5.8, 245 miles an hour. Oh, loving this. What a cracking event. Now then, back in the live action arena, and it's stuntman extraordinaire Lee Bowers. God, this guy's good. Very, very good, in fact. Excellent entertainment. Well, you don't learn to do these tricks in a few days, do you, Lee?
Yeah, I put a lot of practice in the car parks. Obviously everything's behind the doors that you don't really see, and then I come alive into the arena and show you guys what I can actually do. I sort of practice normally Saturday and Sundays 4 or 5 hours a day, and then during the weeks I try to get out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I also need a little break in between to relax my body and rest as well, because I get beat up a little bit. Yeah, it's almost 120 horsepower at the wheel of the bike. It's highly modified for strengthening. Other than that, it's more or less a standard bike. We've got a bigger sprocket on for quicker pull away. Other than that, it's more or less standard. It is quite a powerful bike, but I do like drifting and make some tyre smoke on that bike and that. I love it here, great event, great crowd. I mean, I love it here, it's my second home basically. I love the crowd response is the main thing. When I see the kids and the adults all smiling, it makes me happy and makes me push harder. That's what I do it for the smiles and the entertainment side of it. I love it.
Oh, some of our car demonstration classes then, and this is a Super Pro car. This is Roy Walker with the Race Ventura. Actually, Roy has his wife Michelle, who helps him on the start line, and also daughter Alex, part of the crew. Yep, drag racing is certainly a family sport, not only for the spectators, but for the teams as well. And it's not just cars you'll see here at Santa Pod, we get bikes as well. There's a whole range of bike classes, mid-8s here, but the wild super street bikes are hitting low 7s and 200 miles an hour, not uncommon now in competition. Well, it's time to warm up the track now and the crowd. This is Martin Hill with Fire Force 3. Up the quarter mile here. Oh, 6 flat. Now he'll be looking for a 5-second run later on today. Well, you've seen what Martin can do. Let's just see what the home engineers can come up with.
Well, we basically had a car with a bike engine, needed it to go backwards and use the electric motor off this for reverse, and then it was sat there with nothing on it. And then we saw Scrap Heap Challenge years ago, the first time round, when they made a jet engine, and lo and behold, we built one, and it had to go somewhere, so it ended up on the invalid car. Most of them around about the £150 thrust sort of mark. They're completely made from scratch using large turbochargers. This one's come from a great big stationary generator unit, and then you make everything else around it, generally speaking from scrap. And bits of old flue pipe, all sorts of weird and wonderful things. Not one piece of it is anything to do with a jet engine. It's completely home built.
Well, if you thought they were extreme, how about this then? Jet-powered minis.
It's completely different from driving a vehicle that's got an engine where the wheels are driven. It's very quiet, even though it's noisy. When you're sitting in the vehicle, it's just smooth. You've just got this thing behind you making a hell of a lot of noise, just pushing you along.
Well, remember that these are all home-built jets, generally based around a turbocharger and running on kerosene. The power may not be huge, but it just keeps on pushing. Give them a long enough track and they would get quite silly speeds. But they're just so cool. Home engineering, you just got to love it. Well, we've had big V8 muscle cars, now it's time for the opposite extreme. And these go-karts put out a fair bit of power. 10-second quarters. That's just insane. Just inches off the ground and faster than a Lamborghini or a Porsche. Well, an absolutely massive crowd here for Flame and Thunder, enjoying all the entertainment that Sand the Pod are laying on. And we've still got more to come. How about this? A Postman Pat van.
So it'd be a bit of fun. Everybody loves Postman Pat, and to go faster to Postman Pat van would be brilliant, wouldn't it? It's a handful, yeah. Takes a lot of driving all the way down the track, but all it makes it exciting. It's a 500 Husqvarna motorcycle engine, and with progressive horsepower nitrous going to about 60 horsepower. It's far from a standard go-kart. It's a full custom-built chassis that replicates a mini funny car or an altered.
Well, I don't know how he's managed to squeeze himself in there, but he certainly has. Looks so much like a toy, this thing. Tell you what, nothing toy-like about the performance though. 12:37. So close to that magical 100 miles an hour. Right, the split-second Jet Dragster now, driven by Julian Webb. What a show for the crowds here. Well, there's your Flame as he thunders down the track here. Now you know how the event gets its name. Two competitors for the front-wheel drive drag series, strutting their stuff here. Well, all afternoon we had a stream of vehicles blasting down the track. The Ford Anglias from the 1950s that compete in the Outlaw Anglia series. WebTV racers also having a go. How about this then? Ford Escort, but with Cosworth power. Oh, nice wheels up launch there from the full tilt Willis. Goes to show that anything can be raced down the quarter mile. Oh, and how about this then? A Fiat 500, not with a 500cc engine anymore. This car sporting V8 power. Right, then it's top fuel time again, folks. Barry Sheevels, his second outing of the day. Just pedals the car a couple of times to get it to hook up. And would you believe that? He still runs at 4.99 and he was off the pedal at half track. Go-kart's having another go. Wow, 9.53. Oh, and the Pat van having a go against a mobility scooter of all things this time round. Well, there goes Pat, or is it Ben? There he goes through it. Oh, just a shade under 100 miles an hour. Oh, and how about this? 1578 on a mobility scooter. Well, we saw Chesney Hawk signing autographs earlier. Now it's time for a set. And all the time, the track action kept on coming. Okay, the guys from the Ukraine are out again, looking for that record.
Nissan GTR 3-liter engine with a really big turbo. The setup is similar to all other GTRs that are running those times, but this car is all OEM frame, and it didn't change any type of body on the car. So that's what the record is about, to run the stock frame car into a stock four-wheel drive system.
Oh, looks absolutely amazing under the floodlights. Off he goes in search of that world record. Oh, just misses out, but nevertheless, a European four-wheel drive record.
Outlet as well. Very, very deep indeed.
In the dark. Wow, folks, that is why Flame and Thunder is so unique. The nighttime show, the flames, the noise, the atmosphere, the fireworks on the track, the fireworks in the air. And to close the show, we've got a couple of nostalgic drag racing cars just to show you how to do a burnout, but with petrol instead of water under the rear slicks. Yes, it's fire burnout time. Well, what a great Flame and Thunder it's been, proving once again that Santa Pod is the UK's most action-packed venue. Don't forget, if you like what you've seen, check out www.santapod.com for a full listing of next year's events.